Hey guys, how you guys doing? I hope you're all doing well. My name is Nkhensani. If it is your first time here, and welcome to my channel. What it do, what's good, what's popping, what it do, what's up? As you guys can see, I brought your fave, Bob the Builder. Hey Bob.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Did you guys know that my mom gets very excited when you guys call her Bob the Builder? She doesn't want to be called, oh, Nkhensani's mom. No. The fact that you guys call her Bob the Builder. You love it, don't you?
I do, because handy woman, it's me.
It's her, she's into the chat. So today's video, we're going to be doing part 2 of asking my mom questions that you are too afraid to ask yours. It's going to be a girl chat, it's going to be fun. If you guys have ever watched the first one, I'll link it down below. If you guys have ever watched it, you guys know it's fire, it's fun, it's amazing. So today we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do part 2. So before we get right into this video, don't forget to give this video a big massive thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. We're on the road to 8,000 subscribers, so please do subscribe to your girl's channel, and let's get right into the video. Alright, mother.
Hey.
I asked your children on Instagram, and they came through with some questions that they want to ask you.
Hi, children.
So, are you ready?
I'm ready for
I feel
my
like
girls.
The first one's very easy. It's very simple, but the people want to know, what is your skincare routine?
I don't have.
I have a very sensitive skin, so Vaseline.
Yes. Next question is, what do you adore the most about your daughter?
Oh, that she loves God. You can't change Kenzie's idea about God. She knows God. She trusts God. She knows her God. She loves her Jesus.
Oh, it settles my heart.
Next question. Can mothers actually tell when their children are dating?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we've been there.
So even if I didn't come and I told you about it, you could be able to suss it out?
Yeah.
I
I can.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Because you know what? You all of a sudden you have this.
Let me go to my room, pick up a call. Like,
Who's she talking to? And then the next thing, I'll be with you right back. I'll be right back.
So
Okay.
just a change in behavior.
Yeah, changing behavior. And you know what? You can't say your mother can't see. They can. Sometimes they just keep quiet, waiting for you to come and say, I think I'm in love.
The next one is, what do you think of Fatenset?
I think for me, fat and set is you're in a hurry. And being in a hurry, remember, you're going there. You're going now to portray to be wifey, and you're not yet wifey. And you're going to try something that might put you off. And I don't know. And in some instances, sometimes you read in the news where a child is running away from something, and if they don't find something at home, they might find it in another person and saying, I might as well just move in with this person because they're giving me better attention than what I'm supposed to get at home. So, I'm not judging anyone, but it depends what actually prompted you to do
What's
this.
the situation?
The situation. But if you are happy and there's nothing, no qualms at home, then do it. Because honestly, you're going to start taking care of this person.
then are you ready?
Next question. What is the maximum appropriate age gap in a relationship? I remember we had this conversation. I was like, so what is the highest age for if I start dating? What is the age that she'd be like, oh, okay, no, that's fine. And then she goes to me, she goes 24. I said, but I'm 23. And she goes, no. I was like, that's the minimum age. I'm like, what's the highest amount of age, the highest age, the maximum age that you'd be comfortable with me dating?
With me and you can say, we're talking from 23 upwards.
Yes.
But like I'm saying, it depends. Some people mature quicker and they feel like they're ready to date. But what is the intention of dating?
True.
What's
the why?
Yeah, the why. So don't date because Tsakani is dating. No, don't do it.
Yeah, especially when it comes to age gaps.
Exactly.
And things like that.
And the readiness as well.
True.
Because already you have pricked your feelings that way, like lying low.
and now you want to refill these feelings.
Yeah, I feel like with age gaps, it's definitely a thing where you need to ask yourself, well, I always say this, but if marriage isn't in the near foreseeable future for you guys, then you shouldn't be dating. So it's like, what's the point of dating right now and there's no intention of marriage and you date for like 10 years? At that point, you're triggering your hormones, you're triggering
Temptation, lust, everything.
and then it's like, but this person doesn't want to marry. And also, age gaps is relative. You may find a guy who's younger, who's pretty mature. You may find a guy who's older that works for you. I mean, there's some ways like, probably not that area, especially considering everything that's going on. But I feel like, I don't know, I'm 23. I feel like mine is like maybe 29 maybe. But then even in that, I'm not saying that he must absolutely be, you never know. Whatever God chooses to bring, but it's like you need to think intentionally when you choose this person, when you get to know this person, because this person could be like, I don't know, 32 and you think, oh my gosh, he's everything, but he's just immature and he's not everything. Then you may find a guy who's like 22 and then he's very mature and he's right with Jesus. And so there's no specific like one cookie cutter answer to this. It depends on the situation and your readiness to date, your intentionality with dating. Are you doing them jolls or is the intention behind it, etc, etc. So yeah, advice on getting over a terrible breakup.
You need to heal. Remember, the breakup is because there were some wrongs that were done to you and maybe you did the wrong to the other person. You need to heal, because if you jump into another relationship without healing, you're bringing all that baggage with you. And comparison is the problem, because you're going to start comparing this person to this other person. Oh, so and so did this for me and now this one is not doing it. Oh, like, I don't want to go through this pain again. And then what do? You're projecting what is not supposed to be in this new relationship. It's a new relationship, remember? You need to take care of it. So don't bring the baggage. You've left it behind. It's useless in the future.
Listen, if you guys know me, I'm the president of Single Girls Worldwide. Single Girls Worldwide. And I will tell you, like, there's such a beauty in cherishing your season of singleness. It's such a gift. And I think if you know that you have traumas, you have all this baggage, and there's things that you know that you need to work on, if you can't figure that out in your previous relationship and it ended, what makes you think that your next relationship is going to be exactly the same? Because you're going to be taking the same baggage
with you,
you know, as opposed to it's so much better to have, like, now for me, I'd say I'd have 3 years. I think there's so much I've healed from. There's so much stop emphasizing. I have had time to really heal. I have had time to really grow. I have had time to really look back and see the things that maybe I fall short in relationships, and the things that I can do better. And I've spoken to my mom about these. Like, I've
done the deep work.
So what I'm trying to say is, after you go through a breakup, I'm not saying I went through a bad breakup. It was a weird one. But when you go through a breakup, you need to give yourself time. Don't think, and it's different for some people. Some people heal and okay after like 6 months. Some people it's a year, some it's 3 years, some it's, you know, like, so it all depends. But I feel like after a breakup, you definitely need to give yourself time. Time is necessary, because no one heals in a day. No one heals just like that.
Take it from the president of Single Girls Worldwide, the headmaster of Single Girls Worldwide.
Give yourself time to just heal.
Next question we have.
What would you describe the ideal man for your daughter?
I'm looking for someone who loves God, because Kenzie loves God. Kenzie loves Jesus. I want someone who understands their stand in their creator. I don't want someone who will come here and play, I'm a Christian, but you have no idea what Christianity is all about. I don't want someone who will now start teaching my child something that she doesn't know. Because we can all say we're Christians, but
are we? Are we?
Big chance. Big chance.
So please, you must just know who Jesus is in your life. You're not coming to derail my child from what she stands for. You're not coming to take my child away from her Bible. You're not coming to take my child from her Christian music. Her worship. I mean, please, prayer time.
Jesus time.
Listen, you're not coming here to play with my child.
None whatsoever.
I will interview you until you turn blue.
So you come ready.
Love to see it. And then anything else? Other characteristics?
Must be a loving person. You must understand why you coming into this relationship. You must understand what love is all about. And seeing that we're talking about someone who loves God, go to the book of Corinthians 13, put your name in there.
Ooh.
And portray who you are. You're not coming here to just play I love, but there is no love. Do you love yourself?
Come on.
Because if you love yourself, it's easy to love my Nkhensani. And Nkhensani will feel it and will come and tell Mama, I'm in love.
Period.
And we need respect. We need someone who's grounded. You know, you must know where you stand with God.
I'm not coming here to play.
Not careful.
Advice on getting over someone I've never been in a relationship with.
Okay, I think it's normal for someone to look at the opposite sex and say, I think I can fit in there. Remember, you are thinking, they are not thinking about you. So don't find yourself in that situation. It is, you know what, it's nature. You like, oh, I think maybe this person can be my person, but they're not into you. You know? So you'll hurt yourself by thinking this person is mine. And when you see them with other people, that's when you realize, oh, I've wasted my feelings for this. You know what? Like, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's good to pursue, but be the one who is being pursued.
Say it again for the girls at the back. Say it again, mother.
It's nice to pursue, but may you be the one pursued.
Yes, you're deserving of a man that will pursue you.
Period.
But I also think with getting over someone, I think from the beginning you need to guard your heart. So don't give your whole if your heart, also big chats on, if your heart is devoted to God, fully devoted to God, then your heart isn't for some other man.
No.
You find maybe there's a little crumb. It's like, oh, maybe I'll entertain the idea, but then your heart isn't set fully on this person. So your heart isn't fully, like, your disappointment maybe will be 1% that, oh, I didn't get the guy, but it's never gonna be, I am so sad, because your heart belongs to God and not this man. So guard your heart.
And here's another point. You might be looking at someone and say, I think I'm falling in love with them, and you end up doing the worst. Like giving yourself over, like, oh, here am I, I'm ready. And that person will just be a
Hit and run.
Do you want that? No.
True. Know your worth, ma'am.
Yeah?
Know your worth.
Know your worth.
Would you be okay if your daughter got married in 5 months?
Yes!
I will. You know what? For me, I don't want to put a timeline, say you can only get married when you've dated for this long. God prepares two people for a reason. And if these two people are ready in 5 months, why not? Why postpone? In postponing and putting holes and buttons and here and there, it's a waste of time.
True.
But if the time is right, you know, as we ask God to show us the way, ask God to guide you, it will happen.
Yeah. So if it's God's time, and I remember seeing a video, I was like, if the person God presented me with is God sent, the timing is God's, everything.
Listen, I'm gonna marry him.
I'm not gonna waste my time. Like, it's like, I've already found this person. God has already ordained it. He's already said, yes, this is the person. Why then would I want to then delay what God has blessed me with? Plus, also, Jenny, I always tell my mom this, I don't see myself dating for a long extended period of time. So there's that. What is your biggest regret in your 20s?
Sure, I'm so old.
The thing is, you're a married woman.
Yeah.
And you're already a mom.
Yeah.
You're really like living out how you are now.
Yes, because I can't say I had regrets. My 20s were blessed.
Yeah, you had good 20s.
I did. I mean, I got married when I was 21. Those are my 20s. And I had my first house. I had my first car. I had my children.
Exactly.
You know, life was good.
Exactly.
Life was good.
Did you get a sex talk?
No.
It was a warning sex talk. It's not a sex talk.
True. And then I definitely got one. I got a...
Thank you, supply.
One thing about my mom will honestly, like, she's very vocal. She won't like hide things away from you. She will tell you like it is, which I appreciate, which is the necessity, because it's like you'd rather know than not know. Would she allow you to marry someone from a different religion? We just answered this question. And even in that, let me just say, I and my relationship with God is very solid, and I
Well,
value it way too much that I will not discard my relationship with God for just anybody. And listen, I have seen what the good Lord does for other children. So my thing is, I've seen what God does, and I'm expecting nothing less. I know He's gonna bring me a man after His own heart. Whether my mom would think, oh, maybe not, I am aware of the fact that I wouldn't want an unequally yoked relationship.
Good.
Is the good for me? Okay, here's another one. Would she allow you to sleep at a man's house? I wouldn't sleep at a man's house. I have boundaries. My mom didn't instill boundaries to me. I myself figured out boundaries, physical boundaries, emotional boundaries, spiritual boundaries. I have them all on lock myself. So then I told her what my boundaries are, so she's aware of my boundaries, but she never told me, Nkhensani, this. Obviously, there's like ones where it's like, you won't have sex, you won't do this, you won't do that. But then even in that, I established my own set of boundaries. So I personally wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
What do you think about a woman dropping her dreams for commitment and submission? Can I quickly say something? Let me quickly say something which has been in my heart all the time, every time I think of submission. If your views on submission with like you and a partner, majority of the time is your view on submission between you and God. So if you view your relationship with God and the submission between you and Him as relationship, as community and all of that, then you'll view submission with a man less as a controlling type of thing, because that's not what submission is whatsoever. And also I was listening to this one thing where it was like, when you submit to a...
I'm getting very serious. Yeah, I'm getting very serious right now.
When you submit to a man, it's basically you getting under this man's mission. So it's like, what is the mission for this man? Can you align with that mission? Can you get on board with this mission? That's why it's so important not necessarily to just fall for any single human being, because some man's mission is just to sleep with you and discard of you. What if find a man whose mission is, I'm going to build God's kingdom, I'm going to align my purpose to Him, I'm going to do all of those things, and then it's like you each other's helpmates, you know, where he adds value into your life. And also, a man is meant to love you like Christ loved the church. Think of that kind of love. It's a sacrificial kind of love. It would be so much easier for you to submit to a man that loves you like Christ loved the church, because that is a servant type of love. It's not just a do as I say it. So make sure that you submit to a man that has God unlocked and will love you like Christ loved the church, because that's a deep kind of love. That's an agape kind of love, and that's the love that you would want to get under.
What is the mission? Sub is under, and the mission will be there. So for me, like I'm saying, whoever is coming into Kenzi's life is someone who knows God, who understands what submission is all about. Remember, some submission is being ill-treated. I mean, you cannot be under GBV and think that I submitted to this person. No, we're talking about a mission. Both of you are in this mission. You are here to build this relationship. As well, you might find partners who also view submission to what my wife says, let me submit to that. So submission is two-way.
Yes.
It's not a single trip or one-way ticket.
It's not controlling, that's not what submission is.
And submission at the end of the day is respect.
What values have you taught your daughter that you'd love to see her continue in her life?
Kenzie loves God, so you know what? I think I've instilled that, and to be a loving person that she is. She might not be a talkative person. Yes, both Kenzie and I, we can talk here, but there are times where we are quiet.
We're very introverted people. Yeah. But I feel like one thing that you would desperately want is for me to at least establish like one of your Bob the Builder skills.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
She's not so disappointed. Listen, I am learning to, is it crochet? Is that?
Yeah, crocheting.
Yeah, I can
That
crochet.
blanket is coming nice.
It's coming
slowly,
together.
But we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm getting there, guys. I'm slowly establish, you know, knitting, sewing, crocheting. Where does your supportiveness stem from? Because you're such a supportive mother.
You know, I have this love for all my children. Whatever they do, I support. I don't want to stand back and I can see my child is pursuing something. And if I'm not going to be the number one supporter, who's going to be?
What age would you like for Nkhensani to get married? I think we kind of answered this.
I don't think we've covered it.
True.
When Kenzie is ready.
When Nkhensani is ready to finally let a man inside the group chat.
Within 5 months, she's gone.
What annoys you about Nkhensani?
Should I tell them?
Sure, I mean, if you want to say it.
Here's what annoys me about Nkhensani. As you can see, I'm folding my arms. When she's in pain, you know, the Bob the Builder in me, I can even mix medicine to make her feel better. When she doesn't tell me that she's got a pain somewhere because she's scared that I'm going to mix something and give it to her, that annoys me. Because I don't see a need and a reason for her to suffer such pain.
When Mother Chemist is here.
Huh?
Woo!
Oh, that annoys me.
No, but listen. I came to you today.
I'm not talking about today.
Mama, listen, sometimes you need to like ask yourself if you're willing to enjoy the concoctions.
Concoctions work.
They work, but sometimes you need to like get ready for it.
I haven't got time for that.
I don't like medication.
But this is natural medication. Like your alu. I know it's bitter, but it works.
Yeah, my mom, alu. For everything. Alu. She'll tell you this. Alu.
Do we tell our mothers we have lost our virginity if they still believe that we're virgins?
Why keep it a secret? You know why? I'm sure it was painful. Why did you keep quiet?
I feel like with mother-daughter relationships, it's quite different. Like some things you feel like you can, some things your mother feels like you're not supposed to tell her. So it is different because I think with you, you'd say, wasn't probably gonna tell her. So I think it depends on the relationship that you do have with your mother and the openness to do so. Especially if you're not married, because I'm assuming it's because you're not married that they still believe that you are. The circumstance matters and how, like, the situation truly does matter. But I do feel like it's rather you tell her and be honest than be dishonest, because if your mother knew you were dating, half the time maybe she probably knows that you already did it.
And as well, you know, you might find that you've contracted a disease without, you know, and then mother will wonder what happened. You know what I'm saying? And you have to avoid gynecological visits.
Just saying. Better half the time to just be honest and be like, I made a mistake. I didn't mean to, but this is what happened. And then if you choose to take on celibacy, then be honest about wanting to take on celibacy and things like that. What age do you think mothers will let us do whatever we want?
What is whatever you want?
When I saw this question, my thought is, I want to go live out my youth. Ne? I want to go do whatever I want without there being any restrictions. But then I think it also reminds me of how there's such a protection within boundaries. A lot of the times we think we can do whatever we want and we can chase after our own independence. When you do whatever you want and you want to follow the world and your fleshly desires and what your body wants and like what the world tells you that you should do, that is bondage within itself. Like you're in a prison, but your prison walls are still open, but you're still in prison. So it's like within boundaries, you avoid prison, you know, you avoid that aspect. So it's like, ask yourself the why. Why do you want to do the certain things that you want to do and navigating those things? Like if you're a Christian and you've accepted Jesus, I'm going to be very Christian with this because I'm a Christian. But if I have accepted Jesus, then that means the Holy Spirit lives in me. If the Holy Spirit lives in me, that means I have the fruits of the Spirit. If I have the fruits of the Spirit, that means I have self-control. If I have self-control, that means I have control over my desires, the things that my flesh wants. I don't want to chase after those things. And if I'm a Christian and it calls on me to deny myself and what my flesh wants and what the world expects of me and to be set apart, then I in my own self have established boundaries to not do whatever I want. Sometimes we do whatever we want and at the end it harms us so much more than had we just stayed within the lines of boundary. One thing we like to do sometimes is say, how far from the line can I get without crossing it? Like, stay away from the line. And the thing is that a lot of the times with the things that this world promotes as amazing, as nice, as fantastic, once you find those things, half the times you will find instead shame, condemnation, hatred, and just feeling some type of way because you crossed that boundary and then you realize, ooh, shouldn't have crossed it.
Doing what you want, first of all, ask yourself, what is it that I want? Is it because Ntabiseng is doing it? Let me do it. What about your self-worth? Then my advice to you, love yourself first before you try something.
And just think about it in all facets. Don't think of the pleasure.
No.
Think of the consequences also. How can I overcome my childhood traumas and anger towards my mother?
I think you have to forgive, because childhood trauma it's huge, and some parents might not see it as a trauma to you. It was maybe I was disciplining you And in my disciplining you, I had to do whatever I did. But at the same time, if you don't address it, your parent might not know. You need to sit down and address it and learn to forgive. I learn a lot from Kensi. I allow Kensi to teach me. I'm teachable. So you never know. Your parent, your mother could be a teachable parent as well. But you're not aware, you're just scared. And don't shy away. Go and explain yourself. Put it out there. And if there's some aggressiveness from your mother, like not wanting to listen to you, you need to pray about it. Ask God to lead you, guide you, show you how to. Because, you know, you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive your mother or parent or whoever hurt you. And God will lead the way.
With traumas, you really need to take time for yourself and heal. Take it to God. I think a lot of times we like to heal ourselves, but the big thing is to let God heal you, to let God remove your bandages and let God heal you. Is it hard to go through painful moments that like you once endured as a child? Definitely. But the fruits of it are like 10 times better. So I feel like whatever traumas that you have, it's so important to, number one, be open to healing. Because I think a lot of times with traumas, especially childhood traumas, they will always find you in your adult life. They will always mess things up for you. So for yourself, I think for me, my big thing when I was like, okay, I need to heal, it was not so more so about my parents or my family. It was more so the family I want to cultivate one day. For my child that I will one day have. I don't want to enforce my traumas on her. I don't want to on my future spouse. I don't want to enforce that the friendships that God will give me in the future. So it was so much bigger than just me or the family that I enjoyed the traumas from. So it was like the people that I one day will encounter. I don't want to be so closed off and so angry because my parents did this or this happened or that happened, that now I can't then give out love to other people. So I think when you think of healing, think of it so much for, I want to do it for myself, but then I want to do it for the people I will encounter in the future. That was a big thing for me that really helped, because I personally don't want to shove my traumas at my children one day or anything like, or the friendships, because my traumas kind of hit my friendships, and I realized how my friendships were so shaky because of that. And I realized the need of being a better friend, being a better person, not just for myself but for those around me. So that's a big tip when it comes to traumas. And then also definitely as you're in that journey, you will forgive, you will heal. And I'm not saying things will be better, but like it's so much better for yourself to walk in forgiveness than walking in grudges and unforgiveness and hurt. This is the last question. What conversations do you wish you had with your mother regarding skin color and body image?
I don't think there was anything that my parents could have said, because we're all dark-skinned and my mother was dark and she was beautiful, and she's the one who instilled the Vaseline. So she, you know, we embrace what we look like.
Within watching her, you learn to be confident the way you are and not try to change that just by watching. That's good.
Because my mother loved her dark skin, and my mother never used the, you know, skin likeness. No.
High five. Did you love this?
I did.
Do you wanna come back for part 3 one day? Because the people love mother called Bob the Builder. So yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everyone that submitted your questions. We're gonna do this again sometime soon, and don't forget to give this video a big massive thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, because again we're on the road to 8,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in my next video.
And I love you, children.
Say it, mama. Say your last words.
I love my girls. I love you, and one day we'll meet.
Listen, she's your internet mother. You guys love your favorite internet mother, aka Bob the Builder. She loves you guys, literally. If you guys have ever noticed, if you guys ever comment on my video, she likes them all. If you guys have ever noticed, or she'll comment on some of them. Yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
I'm not the kind that takes away when it's over, and it's all for me. I'm fine pretending that you'll keep above water. Maybe you'll care